In April of 2024, we took on the biggest project yet, remodeling this entire house all by ourselves. In this video, I'm going to be taking you through all of the rooms, showing you the entire process of the remodel. That's right, over 1.5 years of work condensed into this single video. So yeah, my name's Lesia, and I'm going to be showing you how my husband and I took this house from, in my opinion, a little horrifying looking and turned it into what it is now. I'm so excited to finally be making this video. But first, let me tell you exactly how we ended up with this house in the first place. When we got married, we lived in several different apartments for 2 years, and that was perfectly fine. But then we had a baby, and we really wanted him to grow up with more freedom to run around and basically roam without constantly worrying about busy streets and city life. So we started to look for a home. And let me tell you, as two broke 20-year-olds, our options were quite limited. Things we were looking for obviously had to be in our budget, with land ideally, and in a quiet neighborhood. And after months of searching with no results, lo and behold, we finally stumbled onto this neighborhood. The first thing we noticed when we drove in was that there were neighborhood kids playing outside. We also loved that the house was at the end of the street and that there was an entire acre of land. But to be for realsies though, the house had problems. The walls were a mess, the previous owners had cats, so there was carpet with cat pee soaked in, there were scratches everywhere, the garage was smoked in, and there was just a whole bunch of little details that added up to a lot that had to be fixed. But we decided to go ahead and take a chance on it because we were young and naive, and we're like, how long could this possibly take to remodel? Right? Couldn't be that long. But it did not take 2 weeks, or even 3 or 4. Because it's 1.5 years later, and there's still a few things we haven't finished. My husband and my dad and his dad did the entire remodel, and they did such an amazing job. As you can see, literally every single wall in the house had to be sanded, patched up, then painted, and then painted, and then painted to get it back to a white color. It was a lot of work. Thankfully, I didn't have to do any of it though. We replaced all of the flooring. We pressure washed the entire outside of the house, painted all of the kitchen cabinets, replaced the kitchen backsplash and the counters, took down extra walls in the dining room and the living room, put in patches in the ceiling and in the wall wherever we took down the walls. Then we also dug out the garden area, and a cherry on top of all of it, we installed this super extra chandelier. The first place I'm going to start is the living room. So this is basically our living area. This is exactly what the living room used to look like before, and now this is what it looks like. What I am most proud of in this living room is this wall art. And then a lot of these pillows are from like Walmart. One of them's from Goodwill, one of them's from Home Goods. And then the frames are all from Goodwill. To be completely honest with you, it's not what I want it to be. I want a more closed off living room area. Right now it's just super duper open. So in the future, I'm gonna put a rug here and some more chairs, just so like, you know, when you have people over, there's like actually a place where you can sit and look at each other, and it'll be a lot more cozy. Okay, let's move on to the dining room. Okay, y'all, this is the dining room. I am so happy with how the dining room turned out. Let me tell you guys about the details. So my three favorite parts of the dining room. Firstly, there's this light fixture. It is so unique and reminds me of like balloons and bubbles and everything good in life. But it's so beautiful, and it adds this lovely light to our dining area every time we eat. Next, there's this piece of decor, this piece of art that I stare at every single day. It's so cute and adds like a nice little touch. And finally, these curtains and the gold curtain rod. I think it is so cute. I really love earthy, fresh tones. So that's our dining room. Next, we're gonna move on to the kitchen. Welcome to my kitchen. This is the before, this is the after. The kitchen beforehand looked absolutely the worst ever. I cannot even begin to describe like my genuine bewilderment at the countertops they had. So I was like, you spent time making them like this? I could not understand why someone would want their countertops to look like that. That's the first thing I got rid of. I'm like, I cannot stand the sight of these things. Got rid of them, replaced it with these nice white not marble, but some sort of other material, quartzite, I think, countertops. I love them. It has like little streaks running through it, but otherwise it's like very, very simple white. Then I painted this area underneath this dark blue color. Love how it looks. We will be getting chairs for here eventually. It's just not really a priority right now. So the color of the cabinets before was like a deep gray. And it wasn't like hideous, but I definitely didn't want it that color. I don't really like grays. I like browns, warm colors. And I couldn't decide what color to paint these cabinets, so I just stuck with white. In retrospect, I would have gotten like a shinier finish. Let me show you my favorite part of the kitchen. I love this color combo. We got this dark blue with gold. I think it's so beautiful. I almost wish I had done like the entire kitchen this color because it just looks so good. Then we got this cute little gold kitchen sink, and the actual sink is white. So we ended up taking out the backsplash that was in there and just using some like really cheap fake looking marble thing as the backsplash. And I like how it looks really clean. Next, we're gonna move on to the pantry because the pantry was just beautifully done by my husband. Yay, this is our pantry. Don't mind the mess, guys. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Before, the pantry was completely wired like this. Did not look cute, did not fit that much stuff. My absolutely phenomenal husband went in and put in a bunch of wooden boards and stained it. And it looks really cute now and fits a bunch of stuff. So, super happy about that. Next, I'm gonna take you guys to a bathroom, and then our bedroom is coming up next. Hello? I'm just kidding. So this is the public bathroom, aka the bathroom that isn't next to our bedroom. Before, the walls were bright green. Again, I don't know why. I don't get it. But we completely painted everything over, and we replaced the mirrors, the lights, added some decor. Bathroom sink still has not been remodeled, or we haven't replaced it yet. We're gonna get to that eventually. And then I put up these cute blue curtains, and I like it. It gives kind of coastal vibes a little, this blue. So yeah, I'm really happy with it, how it turned out. Next, let's move on to our bedroom. Well, welcome in. You liking these door transitions? Yeah, pretty cool. Okay, let's start with this corner right when you walk in. Pretend this is you, okay? Wow, what a corner. This lovely dresser we found in, my husband for a while he would buy used storage units that the people died of or don't have anymore, and then he would sell off the parts in it, but he stopped doing that after a while. Anyway, in one of the storage units he found this lovely dresser, and I fell in love with it. I like the warm orange color actually. And then I have a mirror right over here. This is what our bed looks like. We found this lovely green bed on auction for super cheap. And also both of those nightstands were also off of auction. For the longest time, we did not have a bed. We slept on, I think it was on our tiny queen size bed. And then at one point we were we can't handle this because both of the kids would get on the bed with us, and we'd have this much room per person because the baby would take up this much room and then Gmo would take up this much room. It was a no-go. So finally we got a king size bed. So Victor and I actually have 3 kids. First is Dima, Diana, and then our third baby was this closet. For the longest time, there was simply nothing in this closet because there was wire racks whenever we got here, and we were we definitely don't want that. So we got rid of the wire racks right away, but we didn't have anywhere to put our stuff, so we would just keep our clothes in a kid's room. And then eventually we got around to building this, and we were trying to figure out how do we want to do it. We couldn't figure it out, and then eventually we planned this out. We're so happy with how it turned out. We wanted to have tons of area to hang stuff, and as well as a bunch of storage space. So as you can see, the top, there's a bunch of empty storage space, which is just how I want it because we need more room to store stuff. And then we have these 2, I think they're from IKEA dressers, where we keep little stuff. Next, let's move on to bathroom. Welcome to our bathroom. First thing you're gonna notice is we got a double vanity here running the entire length of the bathroom. This was here whenever we moved in, and although we have plans to finish remodeling this bathroom in the future, right now it's gonna stay like this. We have this nice bathtub in here. It's very spacious. Got these cute green curtains to go with it. The walls in this bathroom were also bright green, I believe. So we painted over everything. And this is our toilet situation. Yeah. To be completely honest, this bathroom is pretty bland. One day it will get a makeover of its own and it's gonna be beautiful. So if you want to stay updated and see how everything looks when it's, you know, more remodeled, subscribe and I'll be posting stuff for sure eventually. Probably. This is our laundry room. It's where I do the laundry. I honestly, looking back on the before pictures, kind of liked the black walls. Now there's too much white and it's kind of giving mental asylum, but okay, what we're planning on doing is getting washers that stack on top of each other and then having an area over here where we can store stuff and put dirty laundry into as well, because right now the laundry is just like piled on the ground and it's not the best. Let me show you guys my favorite part of the house real quick. This is it, my favorite part of the house, this door. Because this is what it looked like for about a year and a half. Yeah. It was really, really something else. And then eventually I could not stand it any longer and I got some stain and we stained these doors and now they look like fake real wood and I'm so happy about it. Okay, 2 more rooms and we will be completely done. This is what I call the guest slash baby slash office slash random junk room. This is a room that had a bunch of cat pee on the carpet, so we had to like completely rip out the carpet and put in wooden flooring. It looks completely different than it did before. This is where we keep everything that we don't know what to do with, as well as a guest bed that we have over here. I'll show you in a sec. And then over here we got a bunch of random stuff. A closet that's not completely done yet. So from this angle you can see we got the guest bed right here. We got like a little bassinet, these really cute blue curtains. And then this corner is just my little bookshelf with my little books, as well as a painting that I painted a while ago and have not hung up yet. Hey guys, we've made it to the end. This is the very last room, my kids' room. This is what it looks like now versus what it looked like before. If you're interested in seeing how we remodeled the outside of the house, drop a like so I know that you're interested and subscribe to stay updated for when that comes out. Thank you guys so much for staying with me through the duration of this video and I hope you enjoyed. Bye.